Oh, my belly's all full. Came home from a long day. I'm not about to talk about work. I had a long day at work. Came home to a wonderful, clean home. Big fat meal on my plate, and beautiful woman who just took all kind of care of me. I feel I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate to have my wife. I really am. I think about where I was. It's funny because for those who know me, and it's like, and future me's watching this, all you've ever wanted was a family. Like, that's all I ever really cared about. It's like, yeah, I want a family. I want to do right by my family. I want a wife I can take care of. I remember even when I was dating, I would be like, man, I'm nobody's boyfriend. I'm a husband. I wanna take care of my woman and have my woman take care of me. I was 21 years old and I had a baby because I was just like, oh, I want somebody to love and somebody who'll love me back. And I had a kid, and 19 years later, I'm so proud of the man he is. I really am. And I look at my wife, whom I've been involved with now for over 8 years, whom I've been married to for almost 4 of those years. And it's hard to look back and remember there was a time when we were on again, off again. It's hard to remember when there were bad times in our relationship because at the heart of it, she always loved me and I always loved her. And I mean, this is where we were ending up. And it's like, I just feel so fortunate to have these people. Like, it couldn't be no other family, no other place. I was engaged once before and lived with a woman, had a house, and she just did not live up to expectation. I don't blame anybody there. It's not her fault she wasn't Asia, you know? It's not my fault that I wasn't at the right mindset to be the husband that she was expecting. So I place no blame. At the end of the day, it was always this woman. She's sitting over there. Look at her. It was always that woman. It was always supposed to be that woman. It was always supposed to be me and her. As far as my kid, it's like people questioned my parenting skills. It's like, oh, I can't believe he let his son play Grand Theft Auto. He's like 12. What's that about? I took him to rated R movies and like true story. I'll never forget this. We went to go see. It was a Halloween movie, Halloween H2O, the one with LL Cool J in it. And we're sitting like in the fourth row, and it's like packed because it's like the movie just came out, and we're sitting next to these teenage girls because the theater is like super full. Like people really came out for this Mike Myers flick. So we're sitting there and we're watching it, and like Mike Myers hacks somebody up, and the girls scream like ah, and they're covering their eyes and they're freaking out. Kari, no older than 7, 8 years old, reaches over and he touches her arm, and she's like, "It's okay. It's just a movie." And I'm like, "That's right. You let him know, my nigga. Let him know." He. That was my approach. Was to I'm not going to shield him from the world. If I put it in context and show it to him, he'll never be overwhelmed by anything, and he hasn't been. Here's another true story about my son. There's this strip mall in Michigan. Oh God, where is it? I want to say it's somewhere on Ford Road. Anyway, there was like a Foot Locker and a Foot Action, and he's like, "Dad, I want some shoes." So, all right, let's go here. And we're looking at the shoes, and he like walks in and he's looking at like the Nikes, and he holds it up, and I want to say they were like $75. And I'm like, "Do you like those?" He was like, "These are $75 for Payless. I could get like 3 pairs of shoes." And I was like, "My nigga, that's right. It's just, I'm not worried about name brands and what it looks like." He was like, "This is just not frugal. Why would I do that?" And he's like that even now. And it's like, I'm so proud to be in this group of people. I'm proud that this is my family. My wife made what you would consider a lot of questionable decisions before we got married. But it was always in the pursuit of what she was looking for. You see, her mother didn't always adore me. And she was like, my mother will never accept this man, so I'm going to look for somebody who can give me what he can give me, but younger. And it couldn't be found because young dudes don't do what I do. It's like an 18-year-old boy don't know how to be in love with nobody. He just like, oh, you got a big booty. We must be together now. And she had to go through that to get here. And I love this woman more than I love myself, if you can fathom that. I could have had a family. I could have married Janelle, for God's sake. And it wouldn't be this family. This group of people, we are a fine fucking bunch of Rubens. And I love this family. I love us for who we are. I love us for what we do. I love us for the way we make our own fun wherever we go. Fuck. These guys are the only reasons that working at this godforsaken store is bearable. I was at work today, exhausted as all hell. But I had my buddy, Kari was there. And it was like, all right, we got this. It was a half an hour to go before it was time to get off work. And he was like, man, it ain't 4 o'clock yet. I was like, nope, here's what you do. You just got to make it 5 more minutes, like 6 times. He was like, fuck you, dog, that's longer. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. If you just break it down, and every now and then he walked by, I'm like, all right, man, 5 more minutes, twice. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, just 5 more minutes. He was like, bet. So, and then at the end, it was 3:58. We walked to the back, and it was time to go. It's like, this job is bearable because of my family. My life is as it should be. We struggle. There's adversity. Bills still ain't 100%, but I love this family. I love who we are as people. I don't say this often, but other than giving my wife a child of our own to raise it, don't get me wrong. If you ask her, Kari's her son. This is us. This is our family. It's like there's no disputing that. But other than us physically having a child of our own, I have accomplished everything in my life that I have ever wanted to. I have loved a woman with everything I was and gotten it back in return. I have carried my son until he could carry himself, and no father could be prouder. I have had a passion for flair and creativity and published 5 novels in my own name. That is an accomplishment. I have taken nothing and created something. I have breathed life into characters. I have expressed myself in ways I didn't know was possible. My life is complete. I have lived a long, rich, full life. And by no means, knock on wood, man, this ain't the end. I'm not saying it's the end. But man, if something was to happen right now, if whatever religion you believe, if it's standing outside the gates and it's a dude with a book who said, hey, let's go over your life, however it is, I will stand proud. Read it to me. What you got? Read it to me. Tell me how my life was. Tell me what you think of it, because I know I lived a full, happy life surrounded by people I loved and people who loved me back. I did everything in my life in my own way, on my own terms, in my own times. And if that meant it led me off a cliff, then I just fell off that cliff. That was my hill to die on. But if it led to success, I can say I did it my own way. I don't know anybody in life who can say that. And I love that about me. And I love these people for giving me the freedom to be me. I love you, baby.
I love you too.
You're my whole fucking world. I love you. Man, still don't know why you love me. And that's why I love you. God damn, you just... everything a woman should be plus on. Look, she taking my food away. It's like, I used to always make the joke. I would sit down and then a table would appear. And then food would appear. And before I could say I was thirsty, drink would just appear. And then when I ate and it was gone, suddenly the plate disappeared. And then suddenly the tray table was gone. But there was some more drink. It's like, wow, where did the food fairy come? That's just my wife being my wife, taking care of me. I love you. I love you so much. I love this family. You know, I didn't I paused my wrestling. I was watching wrestling. I was like, I'm gonna knock out this video. I didn't mean to talk 10 minutes, but I did. I just, if it all ended now, I'd be fine. I really would.